Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, you beautiful people? So it is 2:54 a.m. I am on my way to the gym, and I have my praise cup. It's really a cup my grandmother had, and anytime I'm not feeling the best, I typically will have some lemon and some tea and some honey, and it always does the trick. So I'm faithful that it will work the same spirits right now. I went to service last night. It was a Wednesday night, and for me, that's always been a way to get a kind of refresher midweek. It's a good way to finish off the second half of it. And I got a word that really resonated with me, and it resonated with the struggle that I was having. And that struggle was with pornography and maybe not necessarily staying focused. And the reason why I say pornography is because it's something that typically is an issue for a lot of people, the same way smoking is an issue for people, the same way drinking is an issue for people, the same way staying in that same repetitive bad relationship is an issue for people. And the word that was shared, it resonated with me because it simply said this: as long as you hold on to those bad habits, and we'll just call them sins, they continue to penetrate the walls of faith. So as you build up a relationship with God, but yet you're still introducing some of these bad habits into your life, what happens is you allow slightly, like, put it like this. Let's say that you built this state-of-the-art submarine, right? And the submarine, for the sake of the analogy, is faith. And then let's say that you put a window on it and the window has leaks. And let's say that the window represents sin. Well, what good does it make to build this state-of-the-art submarine that can go deep depths, but yet it has small little impurities that create it to be not seaworthy? And I don't think it resonated with me as strong as it did last night, because in essence, what was being told to me was that as long as you're still inviting these different things into your life, you're tearing down your own walls of faith. And I knew for the longest, I said, what's holding me back? What's stopping me? I'm up in the morning. I'm up. I'm diligent about that, and I'm working on relationships with my family, and I'm diligent about that. And I've put my clients before my money, and I'm diligent about that. I've been giving tithes, and I'm diligent about that. And I pray to God, and I've been diligent about that. I've been working on having a work-life balance, and I've been diligent about that. Why? Why haven't I got to the level that I wanted to be at? I stopped smoking. I don't know the last time I had something to drink. I was like, what is it? And it was the one thing that was occupying my time. Right? Pornography? Now, given where I came from, prison, that's fairly normal. I mean, you're not around women. You don't have any type of activity like that. So, yeah, that's what you do. But that was a spirit that was not intended to lift me up. It wasn't even a spirit that was intended to keep me with me, because the fact of the matter is it took away from any time that I could have been doing something like dedicating towards God, right? And anything that distracts from your relationship with God, which is ultimately the foundation that builds any and everything else. Well, wouldn't you say that that is similar to having that window on that submarine that is creating the flaw? So I'm sitting in church, and I had already come to the conclusion that I was done with that. I wanted that time back. I wanted to be more disciplined in that area. It wasn't necessary. I have a beautiful wife, right? I'm in great shape. What was inside of me that was telling me that I needed this? Or was it something that was trying to penetrate my faith? What is it that's going on inside of you that's trying to penetrate your faith, your belief, where you want to be? Better yet, what spirit is binding you right now? And I had to have that talk. And then the pastor's talking last night, and he says, when you pray for something to go away, he said, do it with a sense of it's already been done. Right? Make your announcements known. And I remember when I got down on my knees to pray, and I said, God, take away this weakness, take away this infirmity. Go ahead and take this away. I'm done with it. And then when I got up after praying, I didn't get up as if I hope it worked. I got up as if it's done. Now, me being somebody who understands that miracles and things don't happen overnight, and I'm okay with that. I really am, because, in the long run, if I got everything right here, right now, and it came as soon as I wanted it, what would I do the next moment? I would constantly be in a state of tick-tock. I'd always want. The clock would never stop going. But yet, when you're working towards something, it gives your life purpose. So when I get off my knees and I'm done praying and I say, it's done. It was done. Then I look around and I say, what else? And you have to look around. You have to start saying, what else? You got to treat your life, and you got to treat your spirit, and you got to treat your body, and you got to treat all these things that make you the greatest and the best person that you were intended to be. And you have to look at it kind of like a house, and you got to start looking around through the cabinets and through the drawers, and you got to start looking through some of the closets, and you got to start saying, what else can I clean out? What else can I get rid of? What else do I have no use for, no value for? What else is just taking up space in my life? You got to do a purge. But it's hard to do a purge when you're the type of person who likes to place blame and responsibility on other people's laps. When you do that, you take away 100% of the power to remove anything that is hindering you from the next step. From your greatness. Right? And that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. And it's the things that you have going on in your life that are stopping you. It's going against the grain. It's knowing what you're supposed to be doing and doing the opposite. It's knowing that you should have did your homework, but instead you decided to go out. It's knowing that you should have put that money inside the tides, but you decided you needed to go spend it. It's, hey, I needed to make that call, but I put it off for another day. Right? Right? And if you explore yourself, you'll find out. I knew, because it was the one thing. It was the one thing I kept saying, God, why am I struggling with this? Like, when you could stop smoking cigarettes, you just wake up one day, hey, I'm done smoking cigarettes. That's it. I never smoked another cigarette. Just wake up one day, hey, I'm not smoking any more weed. Done with it. Hey, I just don't feel like drinking anymore. You know, it's that one lingering problem. You know, it doesn't even have to be anything physical that you have to quit. It could be something mental that you haven't even started. Procrastination, delay, denial. What is it for you? I'll be very transparent. I know what it was for me. And I said, I said, that one's been hard to quit. Is that it? Can I reach all my greatness if I can just overcome this one defeat? And this one defeat has been something that's been a part of my life, because jail has been a part of my life. Incarceration has been a part of my life. So it was a belief that I had that this is normal. Now, hey, you have a wife and you're not in jail, and you're in a great big world, and you can, you have access to everything else. Why do you have to do this when this takes away from your ability to pray? When this takes away from your ability to spend time with your family, because it sets you back, because it's eating up time out of your day? What is it for you? What is it that's stopping your greatness? And the truth of the matter is, it's so evident. It's so evident. But yet you want to feel like the problem is bigger than that, so you'll deny the fact that it's just one thing. A small adjustment. But that small adjustment is the one thing that you have not been able to let go or get going. That one thing. I did a technique on how you can identify what is the most important priority in your life. But can you identify the one thing that takes away from your time, that distracts you the most? The thing that you've tried to quit so that you can get that time back, and you've tried over and over and over, and it just doesn't take. I'm not talking about the thing that you tried to quit and you quit. Keep digging. Keep digging. Could be a relationship you probably shouldn't be in. Maybe now's not the time for it. You pour more into that relationship than you do with a God? Or are you trying to carry somebody to get them to be where you're at? Is that taken away? Oh, I can make this person better. Oh, I can make them better. Just give me a little time. I can make them better. You got that savior mentality? Maybe that's it. I can save. I can save this person from themselves if they just do what I say. And I'll make it better. You got a savior mentality? You got a savior complex? Maybe that's your weakness. Maybe that's your issue. Right? But at the end of the day, if you ever want to reach your greatness, if you identify that one thing, it can change your world. And I'm not saying you have to be disciplined to everything. You don't have to walk around like a robot. But just recognize what's taking away your time. What's taking away your space. And what's taken away from you being able to praise God. Because at the end of the day, God is your foundation. And if you feel like there's something above him, the only person you're letting down is yourself. And you will keep letting yourself down until you come to that realization. Your greatness is not in the things that you can do. It's in the things that you have struggling to do. And that's between you, and God. That's it.